Hey folks, I am about what are we, hour 42 into a 2-day fast. Why am I doing that? So I have found that fasting does offer me a certain amount of clarity that I don't usually have. Now I will say that at hour 42, my brain is working a lot slower, I've noticed, but it isn't as muddled. It's smooth, if that makes sense. And I was going to do this experiment today and see how it works. What would it be like to do a tarot reading on 42 hours of fasting, right? Is it a better reading? Is it a worse reading? Let's find out. Before I go into the reading, I do want to just touch briefly on the subject a little bit more. I have noticed, so I have gone to a fair amount of sound baths in the past, and as y'all know, I talk about this pretty frequently. I'm very involved with Reiki as a practice, and I have noticed for myself, if I start fasting, even just a 24-hour fast, if I'm 24 hours into a fast, I feel way more open to receiving information, to intuitional messages. Now, there might be a lot of different reasons for that, right? It could be, I'm sure some would argue that, there's something wrong with your brain or whatever, I think that, personally, I think that as you detox a lot of the crap, right, out of your body, your whole nervous system just runs better. It just runs more smoothly. And so the way you process information, the way you communicate information, the way that you just behave is a little more, not demure, but it's just more, it's more even. There's more clarity to it. There's more, it's just not as jittery, You have to eat, right? This is not an argument against eating. This is more I would say, if you know you're about to involve yourself into something where you want to get a lot out of a spiritual practice. So I don't know, let's say you're going to a meditation retreat, or even you're just going to do a longer meditation than you might usually do for yourself. You're I want to do an hour meditation. I'm going to this program, where we're going to do something kind of spiritually intense or whatever. Go on a fast. I honestly think that you're going to have a lot of benefits from it. You're going to experience that process in a way that is way more, there's less distraction. The possibility for distraction is less. And, I would add on top of all that, a lot of the foods that we eat, especially in this modern society, are not great for your nervous system. If you're somebody who likes to eat a lot of junk food, you're going to feel that impact on your nervous system. You're going to feel that impact on your body. And you're going to feel it in a very, this is what's so weird about it, is you don't even notice it until you fast. Or you don't even notice it until you, detox, right? Last year, I went on a pretty intense 3-month sugar fast. Lost a bunch of weight. Not that that's actually that important. I didn't need to lose the weight. What I needed was just to get the sugar out of my system. And I noticed pretty immediately after about 3 weeks, my body just felt better. And when your whole body feels better, your nervous system feels better. And when your nervous system feels better, your brain just runs more smoothly. So I wouldn't even say you need to like just not eat food, right? It's fine if you want to eat simple foods, right? Eat some rice, eat some, eggs, healthy things like that, an apple, God forbid, like I'm not that intense about sugar fasting. I think fruit is fine. But it's like, the Oreos, the sodas, the candy bars, all that stuff. Like, just take a break from it for a little bit and see how you feel. Maybe you won't like it. Maybe you'll feel worse. I don't know. I have a friend who in college, like, all he drank every day was Coca-Cola. And then as soon as he tried, like, he knew, he understood, like, this is probably not healthy. I should probably, like, try and drink water. He tried that, and he got sick. And, honestly, I think the reason for that being was he was just detoxing, and he just didn't like the impacts of the detox. I mean, to be totally honest, like, when you take sugar out of your system, you feel terrible. I mean, that's just, you're going to feel terrible for a couple of days, possibly even as long as a week. But after that, you're going to feel really great. That's been my experience. Anyway, what does this all have to do with tarot? We're going to find out, because like I said, I've never really done a tarot reading on this, like, deep of a fast. It could go horribly wrong. Let's find out, right? This is all part of the process to me, is like, be willing to experiment, be creative, take some chances, and see how it goes. So let's see who we're going to do a reading for first. Libra, it's been very air signy. Air signs have been getting a lot of love. What can you do? All right, what kind of reading are we doing for Libra? Oh, it's a wild card. All right. See you in a second. Well, considering that this is a wild card reading, I might just eeny, meeny, miny, moe this. Well, we'll do Trailer Park Warlock Tarot. So wild card reading could be career, could be romance, could be, let's look at the split here. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. That's actually relevant to a reading I did for myself yesterday. It's kind of interesting. I don't have any Libra in my charts. I don't really know too many Libras. Okay, that one was wanting to be seen. Sometimes the card just like pops out and you're like, okay, this one. All right, so this is going to be our personal card for Libra. Wheel of Fortune. All right, that's cool. Libra, you are in a moment that is connecting you with karmic destiny, with opportunity. And I will say, like, especially in this illustration, but this is a pretty popular concept in a lot of Wheel of Fortune, is there's an element of chance in all of this. There's an element of chance in your life in what connects you to opportunity, whether that's opportunity in career, whether that's opportunity in love or spiritual awakenings. There is always an element of a little bit of luck. Let's see what the deck has to say about this, though. Is there an element of luck in this, or are we just like, is this a connection with karmic destiny? Ace of Swords. You again. Ace of Swords is a card of insights, truths. These are insights and truths that well up from within, offered to you by the universe, divinely guided. This is a little bit of a eureka moment, a light bulb going off. this is also a card of connecting the dots. So I would say not so much chance here. I think that for you, Libra, this moment of clarity that's coming up for you is coming from a lot of elements coming together. The wheel is spinning, and it's spinning in your favor. And as it's spinning, your mind is spinning, but not in a bad way, like in a good way. It's processing something really deep and important for you. So I would like to see, what is the nature of this idea? Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of loss, abandonment, being shut out in the cold. Looking at this with Ace of Swords, my read on this right now is you are bouncing back from a loss. Maybe it was clearly a physical loss, a material loss for you. Perhaps, I get material loss. I'm not necessarily getting like relationships here. This is feeling very like, not so much career, so much as like material goods, material wealth, sort of a finance maybe kind of read. All right, let's go to the next card here. So this is what we would call like a clarification card, clarifying what is this Ace of Swords about here. Let's move on. The Sun. So Libra, as you're moving on from this loss, this idea is really sparking something bright and brilliant for you. This is a card of happiness, of rebirth, of especially something of like inner child rebirth. There's a sense here of pleasure, of fun, of, like fun and fancy free. Bright and brilliant, fun and fancy free. That's sort of like what I get out of this. So it's a very emotionally liberating card. And so this idea that you have here, it's like clearing out this loss. And we've got two major arcana on the board right now. And both in a very like ethereal sort of energy. It's a very ethereal, very appropriately airy. Although the Sun is, a card of Leo, a card of fire, a card of warmth. I do want to inquire a little bit further here. What connects Ace of Swords to the Sun? What action, because you have an idea, but what action needs to be taken for Libra? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this is definitely, at this point I would say this is definitely like a material gains, finance, possibly career-ish. There's certainly career vibes here. Because Ten of Pentacles is a card of like coming to the conclusion of a cycle. But it's also a card of like attainment. It's a card of you have gotten towards the end. So the Sun here, I would definitely say this card clarifies the Sun card. I didn't get quite a full answer to my question, but I did get a clarification on the Sun. Because like I said, the Sun, this moment of happiness you're going to experience has to do with this material attainment for yourself. This is like a card of life, legacy, generational wealth, family, lineage. Something like very important and crucial to you. And also, once again, a reiteration of this child thing, right? But, in this card, we also see yourself as an older person, having gone on this path, having accomplished this illustration is so funny to me. Having accomplished your like lifelong dream, right? And so we see at the end of the path, you know, your lineage. So this is looking like a pretty great reading for you, Libra. You know, me being me, I want to like pursue further and just go like, okay, but like any trials, any tribulations on the path, anything that you should be aware of? Strength. I'll take that as an advice card. All right. So I think we can conclude on this card, Libra, and we'll do a little recap here. So for you, the dots are starting to connect here. The wheel of fortune is beginning to spin in your favor. You have a very crucial idea that has taken place for you in your life. It's an idea that was, for better or worse, inspired by loss in your life. Loss of material wealth, loss of people who were important to your life. But find within yourself the inner strength and the compassion towards yourself to take your animal drives, animal instincts, and put it into something really productive and useful for you. Something that will help you get towards the end of your journey. And this end of your journey is a bright and brilliant thing. This is something that is going to be so worth, you know, the effort you put into it. So worth like just the trials and the tribulations that you go through. And once again, like I want to reiterate, pull into those aspects of yourself that you feel like are maybe too wild for you. Strength is a card of taming your inner animal, but not for the purpose of diluting it or, you know, because you don't want to hear that like lion's roar all the time, but because you want to harness that energy. You want to harness that energy into something that can generate that dynamo power that becomes the solar brilliance. So I think that's all I've got to say for you today, Libra. I hope this reading has been useful for you. If it has, feel free to leave a comment, you know, in the video. And if y'all are enjoying these videos, please do like and subscribe. Always love to hear back from y'all too. If y'all have any topics that y'all want me to cover, or even if you're just like, hey, enough of this crap where you're pulling out of the bucket, do a reading for me. And, you know, just like leave your sign or whatever. I'm happy to do that. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever it is. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye.